guys, how's it going? It's Douglas here at Drumway Productions, bringing you another Screaming Ghostface video. Today's video is pretty special because we're finally going to be taking an in-depth look at the 25th anniversary mask and 25th anniversary adult size costume. Unfortunately, I did not pre-order one of the child size costumes. I thought it would be easy to pick up, and I made a miscalculation because they're probably going to be sold out. But nonetheless, most of you out there who are wanting to see a review on this product are wanting to see a review on the adult size costume and of course the new mask. Everybody's been excited about this new 25th anniversary mask, so let's take a look. I actually have the mask set up here on this head form so you guys can get a bit better look at it. This thing is pretty freaking sweet. I'm just going to say that right out of the gate. This thing is pretty badass. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you guys that this is one of the coolest things that Fun World has done, at least in the past decade, if not even longer than that. In my opinion, I like this style mask a lot more than the collector's edition style mask, obviously, because these shrouds don't cause blue spots or stains on your masks. They also seem to be a bit roomier, they fit better, and I just like the template for them a little bit better overall as well. As for taking a look at the tag is pretty basic and a little bit bland in my opinion. I think that they could have at least made the 25th anniversary text a little bit larger on the tag, but overall, not a terrible design, just could have been better. On the back of the tag here, we do have the Ghostface Lives branding, which I'm curious to see how that plays into things. And as noted on the tag, this says Classic Vanilla Scent. And while it definitely does have the vanilla scent like the classic masks, it's not the same smell. For any of you collectors out there who have picked up one of these already, or you have one in your collection, and you may have like an ASIS mask, or maybe even something a little bit newer that still had the vanilla scent, pretty confident that it's not the same scent. I would like to hear the feedback from some of you in the comment section down below, but in my opinion, it smells more like a French vanilla, or maybe even kind of like an icing. It just smells really, really sweet and sugary. You guys probably can't see it well because it's really dark in here because a lot of Ghostface stuff is mostly black and white, and then I wear all black, and it just really destroys the lighting that I have in these videos. But if you can see the construction of the hood, I really like the shape of it. I like how it's drooped down and kind of meets this point here under the chin. In my opinion, this really accomplishes that look that they were going for with the original collector's edition, where RJ wanted the collector's edition masks to be a mask that you could wear without having to have the hood for a full robe. It could kind of like work as its own hood. This actually accomplishes that. This actually looks like a Scream hood display with an EU mask in it. So even just as is, as a display piece, these accomplish that look very, very well. Pretty damn cool. Also, the fabric is super, super soft, which I like. It seems like these are going to be a lot more comfortable to wear for those of you that do intend to untag and wear these. And speaking on the fabric itself, it's hard to tell if it actually has any sparkly or metallic material at all. I heard someone else talking about this in one of their reviews. I think it was Nate Reagan, more so reviewing just the costumes, which if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. But yeah, Nate kind of mentioned to me that it looked like it may not actually have like a sparkle material per se woven into the fabric, but perhaps it was like a really shiny, glossy black material kind of woven into the fabric that causes it to sparkle. And I do think that that is the case here. I could be wrong, but at least when you look inside of it, it does seem to be a single-sided sparkle material. And I don't know, like looking at it in certain lighting up close, it doesn't seem like it actually has metallic material, but it definitely pulls off that look. So in my opinion, this works perfectly. It's the same exact effect, maybe not the same material, but still the same effect, so totally worth it. The mask itself is a standard EU, but from what I was told, these are apparently the same molds that they used for the original 2010 and 2011 collector's edition style masks, and they look pretty freaking sweet as a result. Unfortunately, I have seen a decent amount of messy paint, whether it be overspray, just like black marks like this up here on the eye of this mask, stuff like that, and of course paint defects like the scuff here in the mouth. I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff, but that's kind of reminiscent of the original masks. So while a lot of people strive for perfection with these pieces, I think that this is a perfect callback piece, even though it's clearly not a Gen 1 or Gen 2 mold. Still, the EU is a very, very nice looking mask, and really, I can't complain about these at all. So absolutely great job on Fun World's part. Thank you for spoiling us with a really, really cool product, and like I said before, I kind of wish we could have got it a little bit sooner, but with it being a 25th anniversary product, it does make it pretty special. So before we go ahead and jump into the review of the new Fun World Sparkle Robe, let's go ahead and talk about the history of the Scream robes in general. For those of you who don't know, for whatever reason, the initial robes that were made for the film are entirely different from anything that we've seen produced by Fun World so far. Obviously, the initial robes are one piece, one full pullover piece. The hood's attached to the robe, attached to the sleeves are attached to the gloves. One big piece, all made of that shiny sparkle material that we're all so fond of. In the beginning of Scream 2 in the theater, you can see all these background characters all dressed as Ghostface, wearing costumes that they received as part of the Stab souvenirs. Those costumes are entirely different from the main hero costumes and feature very long triangle cut sleeves that drape down at the openings. These costumes in a way were kind of the first packaged available Ghostface costumes. However, they were never sold and made available to the public. These were something that was done entirely for the film. And after the huge success of Scream 1 and huge success of Scream 2, Fun World knew that they had to start producing some sort of Scream costume, some kind of costume that people could buy other than just the mask or the all-in-one to dress up as the Scream Killer. Or should I say the Scream Stalker? Because when they initially premiered these, they did call it the Scream Stalker. Well, I guess technically there were some early versions that actually said Screamin' Stalker, so they couldn't even just put Scream on it at that point in time. And with the introduction of those costumes, they look pretty much exactly as you can see in this picture. Obviously, Ghostface for some reason has a belt, which has confused many fans. The drapery or streamers coming down off the arms is entirely different, and of course the gloves aren't attached to the end. Speaking of gloves, did you guys know that the early versions of these costumes didn't even include gloves? That's right, they actually sold them separately as horror gloves, I believe, or they even had some called stalker gloves, I think. But like how this bubble says mask included, as if it's some big awesome detail, some of them also would have these glow stars, or at least that's what we call them, that essentially said free gift included, gloves inside. So they were trying to use that as a selling point, that they were even including their gloves with the costume. So just with that, you guys should think about how good we have it these days. You can go buy the costume, and I mean, it's pretty much the exact same thing as this, minus a different mask, and you get gloves, but gloves are included. But nonetheless, they offer these in several different styles: the original bleeding costume, this version, a plus-size version, and I think that's about it. Obviously, there were different packaging styles, like the all-black ASIS style packaging, which I do own. And then with the introduction of standard EUs, the packaging changed, as they started having the classic black and red Ghostface style packaging. And for the most part, the packaging's pretty much stayed the same throughout the years, although I believe they've slightly changed the colors with some of the Scream 4 branding, but it's pretty much the same image of Ghostface with that red aura surrounding him. Now, for the 25th anniversary, Fun World has produced this beautiful 25th anniversary costume. So, as far as the packaging, yet again, I wish we could have got something a little bit crazier, a little bit newer, maybe a little bit different for Fun World style. However, consistency is key for their marketing, and I can kind of understand it from that perspective. But for any common fan who didn't know exactly what they were looking for, if you saw this on a wall with all other normal style Ghostface costumes, you probably wouldn't be able to spot the difference. Nonetheless, here we have it, the modern day Fun World 25th anniversary metallic fabric sparkle robe. And it has the Ghostface Lives branding down here, the As Seen in Scream block, of course. And this one contains the hooded robe, the gloves, and the mask. I will be giving you guys a good look at this outside whenever we do the costume shots to really give you guys a good look at the details on this robe. But I'll just kind of be taking a first look at it and giving you guys my thoughts and opinions. If you guys do want to see a video comparing one of these to an original screen-used hero robe, go check out Reagan Productions, because he actually uploaded a video showing him comparing it to his Scream 3 hero robe. I will not be doing a comparison to my hero robe because he's safe and sound in the display case, but let's go ahead and take a look at this costume. Here we have the mask with the gloves in the packaging. It does seem to be a standard EU mask, however it does not have the sparkle material on it, so it's not a full shroud mask, and it does not even have a sparkle bib. It's just a standard black polyester bib with Easter Unlimited stamped on it, and to be honest, because it's a sealed package, I don't even want to open it. I really hope I can find another one of these to keep sealed, guys. Alright, so here's the mask. It's a pretty basic EU stamp costume mask. Doesn't look any more special or different than pretty much any other EU stamp costume mask. However, these do have the vanilla scent in them, so at least there's that. Alright, so first up, here we go with the gloves. They are also the soft, stretchy material, which is good news. That means pretty much anybody can wear them. I have very large hands. I usually wear a large size glove, or sometimes XL, but these totally do fit me, and it fits comfortably. Very, very comfortably, in fact. I think these are a little bit more comfortable than your standard, like, Fun World polyester gloves. So I'm already liking this a lot more. Gloves fit good, everything looks good. If I had anything to say about the gloves so far, it's that I think maybe they should be maybe about half an inch longer, maybe an inch longer, just because, yet again, for this costume, the gloves are detached. You're supposed to kind of tuck them in, and I'm guessing there's some elastic around the wrists. So here's the robe, currently unfolding it. It'll never be folded up the same. It's never going to go back in the bag the same, so hope you guys appreciate and enjoy this video. Don't get me wrong, I do love opening up this stuff, but I also like keeping stuff sealed. And this is a little odd, but a little interesting as well. I kind of like this. So on the inside of my robe here, as the cardboard insert that they use to wrap the robe around, I have this this Mad Hatter Fantasy Sexy Maid costume insert. So I don't know why this is in here, other than perhaps Fun World had a bunch of these inserts and they couldn't sell the costumes, or they printed too many inserts and had leftovers. And instead of throwing these away and just having blank cardboard inserts, they actually used these, kind of like recycled and used these, to be the inserts for the costumes. So there's a couple different ways you could look at that. You could be like, how dare they be so cheap and not give me unprinted on cardboard for my costume? Which I guess is reasonable because it's a pricier product. Or you could also be like, damn it, Fun World, I'm so happy that you're recycling and not using this as just waste, and it doesn't matter because it's a piece of cardboard. So yeah, do with that information as you will. Regardless, we're here for the robe. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to see. And I gotta say, immediately, this robe is really lightweight, and it's kind of comparable to a screen-used hero robe in weight. Maybe a little lighter? I don't know, maybe a little heavier. It's kind of hard to say for sure. It's been a while since I've handled the robe, but I do remember it being much, much lighter. And let's take a look here at the streamers, see if everything looks all good. Okay, streamers all seem to be attached on that side. Streamers all seem to be attached on this side as well. So, at least that's good. I guess I'll go ahead and throw on the costume and just tell you guys what I think about it while standing in it. Then we'll go outside, I'll get you guys some good close-up shots and worn shots of it, and we'll give you guys my final thoughts after that, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm currently wearing it, and I gotta say, as far as comfort, this thing is extremely comfortable. I'm really, really happy with this. This is more comfortable to wear, in my opinion, than a standard polyester Fun World costume, so it's already nicer in that aspect. So taking a look at the tassels, they're pretty decent, but not great. They're definitely short. A lot shorter than the ones that are featured on the actual screen-used robes, at least for previous films. Perhaps with the new movie they're going to be going with shorter streamers. Again, perhaps this actually is supposed to be made off of the template for the new film, because as some of you may have noticed, in the new film, the characters' gloves are not attached with this robe. They actually do have elastic in the wrist, like so, and they have sparkle gloves, but they're a little bit longer than this, I do believe. So I don't know, it's not necessarily 100% accurate to any specific killer, but it's still a really, really good costume robe. The shape and style of the streamers is definitely off from what you would see in the films, and also looking on the back side of them, because this is a single-sided sparkle fabric, only one side of the streamers is actually sparkly, whereas the back side is completely like flat black. That could have been a little bit better with double layered, but also probably would have caused a decent price increase. I gotta say, for 50 bucks, this is fantastic. This is the best sparkle robe that you're gonna get for $50. Do I think that this robe is so perfect that it's gonna put robe makers out of business? Absolutely not. I don't think so. I do think that those have their place for like screen accurate or more movie accurate costumes, and that's perfect for someone who's trying to achieve that level of quality and detail to what's on screen. But for like casual fans, This is fantastic. This robe, in my opinion, is one of the best things that Fun World has ever produced for the fans, and I'm extremely happy. We got really awesome new knives. The 25th anniversary mask is fantastic. These robes are pretty fucking fantastic. So just as a real quick recap over what I do like and what I don't like about this robe, I do like the quality of the fabric. It is really nice. It is very lightweight, very comparable to the sparkle robes. I do like how loose fitting the robe is. It's very, very baggy, which it's supposed to be for most people, but surprisingly, it's even kind of loose fitting on me. Granted, I haven't seen any of the footage or photos of me in costume yet. However, at least from what I'm seeing and feeling, it doesn't seem like it's too tight, so it really seems like it would even fit plus-size people, which is a great thing. Now, as far as things I don't like, I kind of don't like, not that the gloves are detached, because I do think that perhaps this template could come from the new Scream movie, just with looking at how this fabric comes off over the elastic. Seems kind of similar to what we saw on screen in the trailer, so I like that, but yet again, I really don't like that the gloves aren't long enough, because you keep having this problem where your skin's going to show. Granted, like I said, you can stitch those together, but then it's not two-piece anymore. I'm not fond of the Velcro right under your neck here, where it's supposed to Velcro together, for a couple of different reasons. One is it's going to actually rip the fabric around here, and I have seen at least on Nate's costume that was happening, and a couple of other people have complained about it as well. Also, because the gloves are made out of the same material, if you're handling that Velcro while you're wearing the costume and you have the gloves on, it's going to mess up your gloves. So that's kind of a little faulty design in my opinion. I'm not too fond of the long triangle cuts at the bottom. I kind of think that they may have just could have left it completely flat at the bottom and let you cut your own to kind of simulate which robe you want to try and replicate more. But if you're a bit on the shorter side, you can totally just cut off your triangles and then trim up in that way. So you can still kind of do that if you really want to. And I do think that the foam in the hood could have been at least a little bit thicker. It seems just very, very thin. And from what I can see here in my viewfinder, it seems like I've got like a really weird bend in the top of my hood here, which I'm sure could be ironed out or perhaps fixed in some way, you know, flattened out. But still, it is a little bit inconvenient being quite so thin. And also, the mask. I mean, it's nice, it's vanilla scented, but they could have at least included a longer bib, in my opinion, so it could be tucked in, like, into the collar here, so you wouldn't have to worry about, you know, it constantly showing your face and neck and stuff like that, because that's absolutely a problem that you will run into with this costume. But, yet again, it's a Fun World costume, and typically costumes come with costume masks with the bib, so it's not like we weren't expecting it. And of course, if you pick up one of the 25th anniversary masks, you absolutely don't have to worry about that problem, and I'm sure that they look great together. However, I'm not going to find out because I'm not going to be untagging my 25th mask, but the 25th masks are fucking fantastic. Really no complaints at all with these, except maybe I kind of hope they may stick around a little bit longer than just this year, or maybe we'll see a black, an all-black non-sparkle version of these types of hoods in the future. I think that would be really nice. But overall, I really do think that this is genuinely some of the best products that Fun World has ever released. And for sure, this year has been the best year for Scream and Ghostface collectors, at least in the past 10 years. So it's been an absolutely great year for collectors. A lot of really cool products, really cool costumes and masks. And this Fun World Sparkle Robe replica of the original Scream Killer outfit is fucking fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Love you all. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.